time to film the story time. What's up, guys? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Angie. If you guys are new to this channel, do not forget to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe. I have a story time to tell you guys today, and it is sick. So we're gonna be I'm gonna be telling you guys a story time that happened to me, I think probably a year ago. That happened to me, and till this day, this still bothers me. It's still like in my head. I still think about it all the time. I'm not gonna say that I was traumatized by it, but I avoided a lot of places because of what I'm about to tell you guys. Alright, so this was last year, probably in April-ish. The weather was starting to get good, you know, not like temperatures like right now, but the weather was getting really bright, like outside. The vibes were just nice, and I had gym that day. I will never forget that day. I had gym that day. So me being me, like, if you guys don't know, like, if you guys know me personally, I don't like to dress up. I don't like to wear makeup. Like, I'm not a fashionista type of person. I'm just more of a laid back, very chill, very like in my zone type of thing. I don't like being like makeup and like fashion, whatever, right? So I had gym that day, and that was the only class that I had that day. And my college is about an hour away from where I actually live, and it's outside of the city, my city. I went to gym. I was completely ratchet, guys. Like, I was wearing joggers. I had my hoodie up. I was planning on going back home and going to sleep. That was my plan for the whole like day. Like, go to gym, go back home, and sleep. So I go to gym, whatever. I come back on my way home. So I'm taking the metro home, and my school is very far. I took the longest route to go home just because like I was tired. So I was like, I'm gonna sleep in that bus. Like, best believe like I'm gonna sleep on that bus. Like, forget it. Like, it's done deal. Bye. Cancel. Peace. Like, why do I keep hearing noises? Y'all, I'm so paranoid, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so I decided to take the longest route to go home because I was like, I'm gonna just like sleep in this train. And I end up like going in the train, whatever. I was sitting down, and I like to sit by myself. Like, I like to seclude myself. So there's these rows on the train where it's like individual seats, and then there's like seats where you have to sit with like people, whatever. So I went and sit on the individual seat, and I like to sit on the second seat. So then I had my big cap on. So I had my cap on, and then I was sleeping, whatever. I wake up at like halfway through the route, like to go home, and I see this man outside. And as the train was like passing, like, because he was a little bit down further, the train was passing, and then he saw me. We had like an eyes contact, and I'm the type of person, like, if you watch me in my face, I'm gonna watch you back. Like, why are you watching me? Like, I don't like that. Don't do that. So he was watching me, and then I was just watching him back. Like I had like a stank attitude also. Like, he was watching me, and then I was just like, so like the train passes. He gets on the train. I don't know exactly where he was sitting, whatever. I didn't even know like if he was getting off the same stop as me, whatever. So I end up getting to like the train station that I need to go like get off. And so I get off of the train station, and then I go up, and I just missed my bus. And I was like so pissed because I was like, fudge, like if I would have got out a little bit sooner, if I would have got the bus a little bit sooner, if I would have took like an easy route, like the shortcut, I would have got my bus. I would have then been home. Like, I was just pissed. I always have this one spot. I've shown like a couple people, but there's this one like spot that I use to always like try to avoid population, because I very much love my space. Like, that's my issue. Like, I have an issue with that. So I'm trying to avoid whatever, and then I go into this one spot that me and my best friend always go to. Like, it's always secluded. There's not a lot of people, so like we like to stay there and just like chill. So I go to that spot, and I'm just on my phone, and I'm like annoyed because I just missed my bus and I had to wait like 30 minutes. The same guy that was staring at me in the metro, when I passed, he came up to me, and then he's like, hi. And then like I thought, like, you know, he's gonna ask me for change, he's gonna ask me for directions. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to Saint Home or something. I think it was Saint Home or Saint Therese, some city like outside of Laval even. It's like further down. And I'm just like, okay, like, do you want to know like what bus you need to take to go there, da da da. And then he's like, oh no, I know the bus that I'm taking, but thank you. I'm like, okay, you're welcome. So I put back my earphones, because I had earphones. I put back my earphones in my ears, and then he taps me. And like, when he was talking to me, I don't really like walking people in their faces, but he tapped me and then he smiled, and then I realized like he didn't have teeth. He had like his two front teeth was gone. He had no freaking teeth. It was a black hole literally when he was talking to me. So like I could only see his tongue, which was so freaking disgusting. And he kept spitting. Like when he talked, he would like spit, and like he would spit on me. I remember he spit on one of my tops that I was wearing, and it's written I love New York City, and I got that in New York when I went there. And guys, I threw that top because I was so disgusted by like his breath like smelled so bad, and he was like spitting and da da da, and I was just like, oh, like not for me, no 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 sir. Like, so whatever, he's doing his like spitting, and I'm disgusted. Like at this point I'm like disgusted. I'm like, you're disgusting, like ew, whatever. Like he's spitting on me, and then he proceeds by telling me, oh, you're really pretty, you're really beautiful today, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, thank you. But like, mind you guys, I went to school ratchet. I had gym, I had no makeup on. I don't normally wear makeup on, honestly, but I had like no makeup on. My hair was like, it was two ponytails. I look freaking crazy. Whatever, he's telling me that I'm pretty, da da da, and I'm like, okay, thank you sir, like thank you. But like now I'm starting to get like agitated, and like he talks like super loud. So I'm looking around me and I'm like, does anybody not hear what this man is like trying to tell me? Like I'm uncomfortable. I'm looking around, I'm like trying to like give people signs like and help me, because I don't like walking away from you, because I don't know, like he could just pull me back and have a gun and be like you know what I mean? So like I'm looking around, I'm trying to get like someone's attention. I got a security guard attention, and he just looked at me, and then he looked back, and I'm like, I don't get it. And like he just looked at me, and then he looked away. I was like, great, now I'm with this man, whatever. And then he was like talking, and then he's like, oh, you're very beautiful, I want you to be my wife. And then I was like wife where? Wife where? Like I was like, oh, okay, ha ha ha. Like I was like, at this point I was just like, what the fuck? And then he's like, could I have your number, da da da. I'm like, oh, my phone's not working. And then he's like, I'll give you my number. So he writes down his number, he gives it to me. Then he also gives me this is the funny part, okay? Not only did he give me his cell phone number, he gave me his work number, his cell phone number. He also gave me his house number. Why do I need your work number for? He's like, call me, da da da, we could go wow, like I want you to be my wife. Then after he proceeds by telling me, you know that like, are you like, do you have sex? And I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, yeah, do you have sex? Like, you know, sex is really good, and for a man it's always good to have sex, and you should have sex, like you have to please the man, da da da. I'm like, nigga, what? I was like what? And then he's like, yeah, you need to please like man, like sex is really good, guys. And the thing is, I filmed it on Snapchat, like, and I posted it. If I find the videos, I am going to like show you guys, and I'm sure I have these videos. I just have to search it. I'm gonna insert like clips.
Oh, mais qu'est-ce qui, ce sont des parents qui sont très durs, mais
non, c'est juste moi.
C'est toi? Oh. Mais il faut avoir de l'éducation sexuelle, dans le sens que, bon, quand un garçon vous demande, hein, ça dit qu'il a besoin, hein, on va l'éduquer, tu vois. Parce que voilà, à 3h, je dois retourner là. Je dois retourner à 4h, j'ai un rendez-vous là. Je dois retourner parce que je vais apporter quelque chose là, ma petite pièce là, je vais apporter un jean, des choses comme ça là, et puis ensuite des petites choses comme ça.
These type of stuff always happen to me, but nobody believes me. Nobody believes me when I tell them that like random people always come up to me and talk to me, and like they don't believe me. So like that time I was like, you know what? I took out Snapchat and I started filming, and then he was like, and I was filming the part where he was like, you need to have sex, you need to be like sexually liberated, whatever. He's like, I love sex, da da da, like his whole like history, whatever. Like he took up literally 30 minutes of the whole time that we were like, I was waiting for my bus. Like I think my bus came out around like 1:30 because I missed the bus at 1. So I think it came around 1:30. And as soon as I thought it was like 1:25, I was like, oh sorry, I need to go get my bus, da da da. And then like as I was leaving, he like took my hands, and then I like yanked my hands like, bitch, don't touch me. But like he took my hands, and then he was like, don't forget to call me, like please call me, we could go out for dinner, we could go do this, that, and the third, like da da da, like if you want to meet us in a hotel room, we could. I was like, ew, like what is wrong with old men? You guys need to talk to your grandfather, your uncles, your like whatever. So like whatever, he was doing all of that, right? And like that's not even like the end of the story, right? You guys will think like that's it, right? No, because I was annoyed, and every time this little situation happens to me, I always tell my parents. So like I go and I was walking home, and while I was walking home, I called my dad because my mom was working. I called my dad, and then I'm like, Daddy, and he's like, what? Like tell my dad like the whole situation that happened. And then I also tell my dad like, oh, he's set up having to have sex, like da da da, and he's like sweet talking me, da da da. And then my dad is like losing his shit, right? And my dad is like, what the, like my dad never cussed. Like he always cussed. Like no, my dad, guys, he never cussed. So like when all that was happening, he was like, what the F, like da da da. And he's like, but are you okay? Did he follow you home, da da da? Because like I was home alone, whatever. I was like, no, he didn't follow me home, but like Daddy, I'm so traumatized and I'm disgusted. I was being mad extra, like whatever. I was telling my whole situation, and my dad was like, you know what, like did he give you his number, whatever? I was like, yeah. And so like I gave my dad the number, and then my dad called him, and he didn't respond on his cell phone, so he called his work, because remember the guy gave me his like work number. I don't know what, like, are you being dumb? But he calls, he takes the guy's work number, and then he calls his boss, and he basically says, I remember he gave me his name. He told me his name, and I told my dad his name, but I don't remember his name honestly. But like my dad was like, let's call him Dasani, because that's what I'm drinking, Dasani water. My dad calls, and then he's like, this guy called Dasani works for you, da da da. And then the guy on the phone was like, yeah, he works, da da da. Then my dad was mad extra. Like he tried to like approach my daughter. My daughter's really young, and he tried to approach her, and he was talking to her like about sexual stuff, da da da. Long story short, my dad got the man fired. Like he's fired. But yeah, that's what happened. And basically that's it. That's what happened. I never saw this guy again. I never heard from him again. My dad's never talked to me about him again. So I don't know where he works now. Anyways, that is it. That is the story that I had for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Enjoyed while I suffered, just thinking about the memories and everything that happened. If you guys are new, like I said in the beginning of the video, please subscribe to my channel. Much love, you guys. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.